loved his job. I spoke with his wife this morning at the hospital, and she said he absolutely loved being a crossing guard. He was one of our part-time crossing guards, and he was 70 years of age, so this was a second career for him. He was a tugboat operator in his first career, and he was somebody that went out each and every day with the thought of protecting our young people, protecting the children that were going to and from school. So he was a terrific guy from all accounts. We're going to keep his name undisclosed at this time until that we get further information about his medical condition. But again, I was up there today, visited with his wife and his family. I was there with Chris Callender, the president of the CSEA, and Commissioner Ryder, and we have offered to do whatever we can to help him and his family get through this really, really tough accident that occurred. As a result, there was an investigation that is still ongoing. An arrest was made by our police department of an individual who was driving a vehicle, the vehicle that struck our crossing guard, and the commissioner will give you details about that arrest. So at this time, again, we want to say to all those crossing guards out there that we appreciate what you do. We know that it can be dangerous out there, but you are protecting our children, and this particular individual loved what he did, and he took special care, and from what we knew from all accounts, from his wife to people who were in the community, he was beloved. So this is a very sad day for Nassau County and the Nassau County family of workers. At this time, Commissioner Ryder will brief you on the arrest.
Thank you, County Executive. So this morning, about 8 o'clock in the morning, our crossing guard in full crossing guard uniform with his reflective vest and his hat on was out there, just completed a crossing coming across Sunrise Highway. As he walked up on the sidewalk, you see the light change and the turning lane goes. The first 3 cars move out on time like they should. The last one, the vehicle that was driven by our subject, was delayed in its movement because he had appeared to have fallen asleep driving the car. He then, a couple of honks of a horn, he went forward. As he came into the turn to go northbound on Merrick Avenue, he swung the turn far right outside of the lane, jumped the sidewalk, and struck our crossing guard. That individual that was driving that car that you see on my right, his name is Joshua Alvarado. His photo is down below. He's a 30-year-old from Rosedale, Queens. Our medics, police officers, and some very brave civilians jumped out of their vehicles to help. They did everything they could to get our crossing guard into the ambulance, rush him to the hospital, where he was then put into emergency surgery, and the outcome of that is still unknown because he is in recovery now. The individual was being arrested today, is being charged with DWIA drugs, vehicular assault, and assault second. The last 2 are felonies. He failed the field sobriety test at the scene. He was brought into headquarters. There was a blood sample taken from him that will be tested to confirm what substance he was using. We bring in a drug recognition expert. He does his testing on him, and he failed that test also. That information was then put into the prosecution, which will be arraigned tomorrow when he will be walked out of headquarters. He's not going to make afternoon arraignment today. Thank you.
Do you have any questions from the media? The investigation is still pending, but from what we've heard from other people and some of the things that they said about him, we're not surprised. He was that kind of guy. They're assigned to various intersections throughout the county. It's not school-centric, except where there are school crossing zones at particular schools. But you want to elaborate on that, Commissioner?
Correct. As the county executive, there's no school that owns the crossing. The crossing's covered by the county. There's over 400 crossing guards that we put out every day, and they do a great job. But the crossing guard usually has the same steady post. He's been there since 2023 working for the county. So everybody knows Sunrise Highway at 8 o'clock in the morning, right? And we try to do everything to keep the traffic moving. We have a video that will be released eventually, but right now it shows him going out there. The cars are moving in both directions, east and west on Sunrise Highway, and then in the turning lane there had to be 12 to 15 cars waiting to turn to make the left to go on Merrick Ave. Very busy intersection, but as the county exec said, when the county exec met the entire family as they all came into the hospital this morning, they all expressed how much their father loved doing his job. That's something that speaks for the volume of the county employees here that work for the county executive.
I don't think we know that, but one thing I would like to say is there was an individual that jumped out of their van to assist immediately, so we don't know who that individual is, but whoever it was, thank you very much. That was definitely a good Samaritan, as were other people who responded right away, not just our great police department and our ambulance service, but also just everyday folks that were going to or from work. They stopped what they were doing to assist this individual crossing guard. So we're very grateful. Shows what kind of kind and generous county we have. Any other questions? All right.
So he's got a previous arrest for drugs. He's also got a previous traffic infraction for speeding. And as far as what he's substance on, we'll wait till the results of the test of the blood.
Okay, anything else? Okay, thank you all.
This has been breaking news.
Hi everyone, Tony Sadiq with an update on your first alert forecast. And I think the rest of February is going to be relatively quiet around here. But the pattern can change heading into March, and that's really